Hi. So previously we were using Wireshark in order to look at packets that were sent on our network. However, in reality, you rarely ever have to work with packets on that low of a level because your operating system will take care of those details for you when communicating with other computers and package the data for you. However, you will usually, if you're building an application or trying to interact with the application, you will interact with it on a plaintext level if you delve in that deep. So in order to access or utilize protocols like email, which is SMTP, or even access a website, which would be HTTP, or you could use a program called TELNET, which is provided out of the box in Windows. In order to access it, just type in TELNET into your Windows search, and then go to turn Windows features on or off, click it, and then from the list of features that show up, select Telnet Client. I will be posting links of how to access and communicate with websites in order to pull that information, as well as send emails based on a text-based line via SMTP servers, because you can communicate with these remote computers via those servers. But as a proof of concept, I wanted to show you communication with another computer the way it used to be via something called a bulletin board service. In the old days, in order to connect to the internet, you would use your dial-up modem, which you would connect to through a phone line and connect to a BBS. And then you would access a set of functions on that BBS and ask it to allow you to connect to the internet. And then once you did, it would open up a line that would allow your browser to browse the internet. I think that might have made sense, but basically you would open up a program on the remote computer that will communicate with your browser and allow it to browse websites. So let's communicate or connect to a BBS via Telnet. So I'm going to type in Telnet and agency.bbs.nz. So boom, suddenly a purely command-based graphical image, command line-based graphical image, which is all text, by the way, shows up on my window, and it asks me to whack a key. I had to enter in a username and password, and then I am in. It has a welcome message for me, and then suddenly a list of all the functions I could access on this remote computer, which is not my computer, by the way. This is a computer somewhere on the other side of the world, is available to me. And then I could drop a note, message the networks. So each of these BBSs would have a different set of functionality that I would be able to look. I would even be able to access often news groups or communicate with other people on the BBS or play games. So let's go check our files, and I could actually see a list of files by going to S, which is pretty cool. So this is how everything used to be, even communication with other computers, and to a degree it still is. But we will get more into that a little bit later, but I just wanted to give you a glimpse at BBSs from the old days. So yeah, that's communication over the internet via Telnet. I've used Telnet for a variety of operations in the past. For example, if I'm communicating with a camera often has a set of operations that you can access if you connect to it via Telnet, and you enter into corresponding commands via Telnet, or other things. I've used it to interact with robots I've built in the past. There are different ways to achieve the same thing, but this is on the lower level. So I suggest that you go around and play with this and explore how interaction with other applications on a plain text level actually works. So that's all for now, and that was a glimpse into Telnet, a pretty cool tool that's very old and is one of the core tool sets that was used back in the day. So yep, this is communication over the internet on a low level, but not as low as packets, to give you a glimpse into how things used to work.